Heather Cox.
Heather, are we doing the conference call, or are we just going to talk in the room if we need?
Okay.
I hate the conference call. I would strongly prefer not to do it. If you want to sign into it, okay.
I signed into it just in case as an option. If not, it's there.
Yeah, and by the way, we don't care if you guys want to confer out loud. It's fine. It's
excellent.
If it only happens during steals, it doesn't matter that the other team can hear. You
Exactly.
guys know, you know which team is the blue team? Is it Lake Quizerables or Trivial Operations?
Blue team should be Lake Quizerables.
Okay. Which is, I think, my favorite of the names.
Yeah, that was a pretty cool name.
That's what Bob said. He said we were his favorite name too, which was awesome.
We should have. I was thinking we should have a poll. Have people vote on their favorite team name.
Only if the winners get a babka.
The winners would definitely get a babka. What are you kidding?
Right.
That would be 2 babkas. I would be so into that. Thank you, Rochelle, for the babka.
Oh, you're welcome.
Jay said he's going to be just a couple minutes late.
Okay, Jay. All right, let me create the game for you guys. It is game code 136. And I will share my screen so you can see it. You should see it now.
All right. That's good.
Good job, Erin.
Sorry, what was it? 136?
136. We were playing around with an idea since we're waiting for Jay. What do you guys think of trivial corporate corporate challenge?
Like it.
So we host like a tournament of different companies fielding trivia teams against each other.
Awesome.
That would be so good.
Do you think they would pay to participate?
Sorry, that's my house with the helicopter.
Is the FBI looking for you?
Definitely. I mean, obviously. Why else would there be a helicopter? No, my folks live really close to an airport, so.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm at my parents' house in Long Beach in California. They used to live right on top of Long Beach Airport, but now a little further away. I know that drill.
Long Beach, that's nice.
That is very nice. I have not been out to Long Beach in years.
It's very nice. It's great that there's this airport. Well, it's funny because when the airport first came to Long Beach, my dad used to travel a lot and he used to boycott the airport. And I'm like, why are you doing that? A, it's not going to go away. And you're schlepping to LAX so that out of principle.
Yeah, LAX is like not a place people voluntarily go to either.
No, agreed.
It's a form of hell to travel through LAX.
Especially with small children. And having any kind of flight delay there, just forget it. The last time I flew out of LAX to come back from Sacramento, we got rerouted there and we were stuck there for 6 hours with my daughter. And it was a nightmare.
I always, when I see moms or parents struggling with like little kids, and you could tell the other passengers are like a little annoyed, and I feel like saying, come on, how can you not have empathy for this mom who's trying desperately to keep their kids, entertained and, not kicking and crying. And it's so hard. It looks like hell.
I know people who give Southwest a bad rap, especially as of late, but I try to give them as much of my business as possible. They've been nothing but great when I've flown with my daughter by myself. I got routed into Denver because of some inclement weather once, and and we had some issues with our plane, so it broke down, and my daughter was asleep. She was still young enough to have a full-on car seat, and literally they got us on a different flight, and one of the flight attendants didn't want me to have to wake her up or anything like that, carried her all across the Denver International Airport for me, had 2 seats at the front of the plane reserved for us. So she carried her while she was still asleep, so I could carry her paraphernalia.
I love that story, and it's stories like that breed brand loyalty. And
yeah,
it's funny. I think Southwest is great, and they have a storied career as like the only profitable airlines. The only thing that, and I love their humor, but one time I was on a Southwest flight, and the guy did the security thing, like in that super fast, like, how that used to be a commercial where guys did it. And I thought, you know what? I don't think you mess with the security stuff. Because someone on this plane is afraid to fly, and you're making light of what to do in case of emergency. So that was the one thing where I felt like, too far.
No, they generally do make it funny, but I think from their perspective, no one is listening to them, so they might as like.
I know, but there's one person on that plane who is listening and who needs to feel like that sense of this is going to be okay. And I don't know, it feels like it's. I think you can acknowledge that, okay, for those of you who've heard this a million times, but for new flyers or nervous flyers, let us reassure you that I don't know, something, it just feels like that. Anyway, I'm killing time here, but is Jay actually here? And because I don't see, I only see 3 people at a time on mine.
Jay is actually here.
Oh, hey Jay, I'm sorry. How do I get it so that I can see everybody, or can I not because I'm sharing my screen?
I think in the upper corner you can.
What do you need, Rochelle?
Yep, I don't need anything. Forget it. I'm going off camera anyway.
Well, fine then. I'll leave. I see how it is.
No, don't leave, Dan. Don't leave, Dan.
Okay, Dan. I can only see 4 people at a time.
Correct. When you share your screen.
If you click on If you click on participants, you can get a list of all the participants and whether they're muted.
Yeah, you can't see faces though.
It's a list though, so that's a little helpful.
Right. If you do, just point of reference, if you have dual monitors, then you can see full Zoom plus your screen share at the same time. So one of the use cases for Zoom streaming is that you need to use dual monitors to get the full effect of both sides of it, being able to do the Brady Bunch plus the screen share.
That is a good tip. I like that.
That's why I'm here.
Ready to rock and roll? Yes, Dan, we're good? Let's do it.
Yeah, we're good. Just remind everybody, stay muted and you're good to go.
That's awesome. Well, good to say, everybody. Welcome to Rochelle. I don't have the spreadsheet in front of me. Where are we in the tournament here? Is this a redemption bracket match? Or is this a winner's bracket? It's a redemption bracket match. Okay, all right, thank you. I see the head nod. So that's fun, though. I know we have 2 good teams here. Sadly, for one of you, it'll be the end of the TPT road for 2018, and one will continue. But we're going to have a good time nonetheless, and hopefully you've all enjoyed yourselves in the tournament. Is this anybody's, and you'll have to come off mute because I can't see everybody either, but is this anybody's first TPT, like either like first match or first year in the tournament, or is everyone veteran here?
My first TPT.
Aaron, is this your first TPT match you've ever played?
No. It's my first TPT tournament. Was that the question?
I think most of our team, it's our first tournament.
First tournament. Well, good. I hope you enjoyed yourself thus far. We're going to have some fun today. We'll keep it light and airy and see what goes down. So here's what I want to do real quick, and then we'll get started. I know I'm a couple minutes late here, but I just want to do a quick unmute test, make sure to hear everybody. So I want to go around the teams real quick, identify who's going to be the captain of your team, and then just tell me, what your role is at KTP so we don't get to know each other a little bit. That would be awesome. So I'll start with Trivial Operations. Who is the captain of Trivial Operations?
Hi, that would be me. I am Heather Cox. I'm a classroom operations coordinator here at Kaplan.
Thank you, Heather. And then Heather, just toss the ball to someone else in your team. Just call them out.
All right, I will hand it over to Stephanie.
Stephanie?
Yep. Hello. As you can tell, we're mostly all operations, and I was an LSAT teacher for a while, but I don't see anyone really from that background either. So
that would be me.
Hello. Yeah, you, but hello then.
Stephanie. And Melanie?
Hi, I'm Melanie. I have laryngitis. I talked to Kathleen. She said if I need to type answers, I can. I'm drinking tea, doing all the things. Hopefully I can talk.
And now I'm totally making you speak. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I didn't know. I'm also a former LSAT teacher, but now I'm classroom inventory.
That's awesome. I will not play favorites. I'm not allowed.
Well,
Part of the host
it's okay if you do.
But it's good to know. That's awesome. And Emily, I think, is here. Just there, Emily.
Yes, I'm here, and I'm also on class ops and have been for a long time.
Yeah.
And this is my first TPT tournament, second match. Really excited about it.
Well, welcome back. It's
Thank
glad
you.
you guys are playing. This is a long legacy at KTP, and we're thrilled to do it. So it's always nice to see new teams in the fold. So welcome, and good luck to you guys. Les Quizerables, great name. Who's the captain over there? Come off mute and identify yourself. Oh, Nicole, is it you? You're off mute.
Oh, great. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, it's me. And I guess I was a pre-college BD. Now I'm a SRM. Also a former teacher though, from back in the day. And I will hand it to Eliana.
Hi everyone, Eliana here, and I'm also an SRM, so Student Relationship Manager.
Welcome, Eliana. And Erin?
We're a team of SRMs. I'm the SRM for Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Maine, and Vermont. And I'll throw it to Steve.
Very cool. And Mr. Cross.
Yes, Steve Cross. I oversee the grad and pre-college fields, which are now school relationship managers. They do everything for everybody all the time.
Yes, they do. I am on the road in a couple weeks at the pre-law advising conferences, and we'll be chatting you guys up with lots of folks that meet. So good to see everybody. Welcome to this redemption bracket match. We're going to get right into the game. Just a couple quick reminders here before we dig in. One, please keep in mind that you can only buzz in twice per category. So if you buzz in twice, even if you get it wrong both times, you are prohibited by buzzing a third time in the same category of the game. If you do, then your team will automatically get that question wrong, lose the points, and the steal rule will automatically be in effect. So I'll try to watch out for that. I know Rochelle's here too, and you guys all keep me honest, but 2 maximum buzzes per category per person. Of course, for every new category, then you just jump up. Secondly, for the captain, so that was Heather, and it was Nicole, was it? Nicole, yep. So you guys will be who I specifically ask in a steal situation. So if the other team buzzes in and gets it wrong, I will repeat the question, give you 10 seconds to consult and steal. And then Nicole and Heather, I will specifically ask you guys to either give the response on behalf of your team or to elect to pass. Of course, if you choose to answer, you're putting points at risk. If you get it wrong, you lose the points too. And if you pass, no harm, no foul. But Heather and Nicole, ask your guys' responses on the steal. Quick question. So we'll test the captain. So Heather and Nicole, Heather, I'll start with you. Are you guys consulting on a phone line? You can do all your consulting live right here in the Zoom room. Either way you want to do it is fine. Just want to know what to expect.
I think my team would prefer to do live in the Zoom room.
Heather, you got it. Nicole?
I think we'll do the same thing.
Very good. That's good. I think that's fun. Excellent. All right, guys. Well, listen, we wish both teams best of luck. And we'll dig right in now to the first question. Everyone ready? Let's play some TPT. First category of round 1 is historic battles. Historic battles for 1 point. Steel and horses helped the Spanish conquer this empire in a single battle at Cajamarca, Peru in 15. That would be, I actually can't see the name there. Hold on 1 second. Erin.
The Incas.
The Incas is correct for 1 point. Well done. I'm going to make my screen a little bit.
I was just there. I went to Machu Picchu.
Where? Oh, yeah, that's good omen. Good for you. Historic battles for 2. Colonel William Prescott, June 17th, 1775, reads the inscription memorializing this Boston battle. Colonel Erin?
The Boston Massacre?
Is incorrect. Sorry. 2 points lost. I will give Trivial Operations a chance to steal. I'll repeat the question. Colonel William Prescott, June 17, 1775, reads the inscription memorializing this Boston battle.
Isn't that Bunker Hill?
I think it's probably Bunker Hill. That is my guess as well.
I feel like it's worth 2 points to say Bunker Hill.
Yeah.
I'd agree. Bunker Hill.
Bunker Hill is correct for 2 points. Well done. It's early in the game, though. Plenty of time. Shake it off. Not a problem. For 3 points. The national monument honoring this battle covers 765 rolling acres. Steve.
We'll go with Gettysburg.
Gettysburg is incorrect. So minus 3 points. I'll repeat it for trivia operations. The national monument honoring this battle covers 765 rolling acres in southern Montana.
Jeff would be Wounded Knee. Like
I
that,
agree.
all of that, guys.
Yep.
I don't know that history as well as I should.
No, Wounded Knee.
Sounds good to me.
Heather, a guess?
Battle of Custer.
Battle of Custer is incorrect. We're looking at the Battle of Little Bighorn. Battle of Little Bighorn.
No.
Sorry, guys.
Historic battle. It's early. Historic battles for 4. Norman victory in this battle capped the first successful invasion of Britain since the Roman conquest 1,000 years before. Melanie?
And Battle of Hastings.
There you go. Back on the schneid. That's great. Off the schneid, on the schneid. Either way, got it right. You've crossed that 0 line again, which is great. And historic battles for 5. The Ottoman Turks' failed siege of this European capital in 1529 marked the limit of the Islamic advance westward. The Ottoman Turks' failed siege of this European capital in 1529 marked the limit of the Islamic advance westward. 5 seconds. Heather taking a shot.
Constantinople.
Is incorrect. I'm sorry. Minus 5 points. 10 seconds to steal for trivial. For Lake Quizerable.
Does anybody know this?
Can we repeat the question?
I can. The Ottoman Turks' failed siege of this European capital in 1529 marked the limit of the Islamic advance westward.
I mean, I feel like they were in Spain, right? So that's pretty far west. But they could have been in Portugal. I don't know. So
I was thinking Rome. I don't know if I want to guess. I really don't know.
Yeah, it's a 5-pointer.
Need a response, Nicole?
Okay, we're gonna pass.
Good call, I think. Vienna, Austria was the answer. Vienna, Austria. Tough question. And triple stumper on the show, too. So, all right. -4 to -1. I know we'll do better. We're leaving history, all right? And we leave historic battles to a fun category entitled The Brady Bunch in Today's Workforce. The Brady Bunch in Today's Workforce. Well, you'll see what I mean when we get into it. Pretty simple. For 1 point. Once a scooper, Jan is now the top taste tester at this Vermont-based ice cream company. Melanie.
Ben and Jerry's.
Is right for 1 point. Well done. Brady Bunch Today's Workforce for 2. Remember Cindy and her lisp? Today, Cindy helps other lisping kids in her job as this. ST for short. Erin? Just
a speech pathologist or speech therapist?
You got in there. Speech therapist is correct for 2 points. Yeah. Brady Bunch for 3. Peter, with his penchant for pork chops and applesauce, was a natural for this job, like Sam. Peter, that is Steve.
Butcher.
A butcher is correct for 3 points. Look at this barn burner we got going on. A lot of action. The score is 1-0. 1 point separate the teams. This is good. Brady Bunch for 4. Ironically, Greg, who once adopted the rock persona Johnny This, now works for the cable network of the same name. Ironically, Greg, who once adopted the rock persona Johnny This, now works for the cable network of the same name. 5 seconds. Time is up. It was Johnny Bravo. Johnny Bravo. Triple stumper on the show. Last question, the Brady Bunch Today's Workforce for 5. Remember the football incident? Today, Marcia specializes in performing this, the 11-letter term for a nose job. Melanie.
Rhinoplasty.
Is correct for 5 points. Well done. Score is 5-1. Both teams in positive numbers. We like seeing that. We go to the third category, which is all hail. All hail. I'm going to give you a list of names, and you tell me from which state is all hail. All hail. Name the state from which they all hail. For 1 point. Tiger Woods, George Patton, Shirley Temple, Steve.
California.
Is correct. Shirley Temple Black, 1 point. All hail for 2. Aaron Burr, Jack Nicholson, Frank Sinatra. Aaron
New Jersey.
is correct for 2 points. Well done. All hail for 3. Edna St. Vincent Millay, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Margaret Chase Smith. Edna St. Vincent Millay, Henry Wadsworth Longfellow, Margaret Chase Smith. 5 seconds. Time. Looking for Maine. For 4 points, all hail. Wynton Marsalis, Cokie Roberts, Truman Capote. Wynton Marsalis, Cokie Roberts, and Truman Capote. 5 seconds. Melanie.
Alabama.
Alabama's incorrect. Sorry, -4 points. Chance for Lake Quizerables to steal. Wynton Marsalis, Cokie Roberts, and Truman Capote.
Anybody have any idea?
This is tough. I think it's Kansas. I feel like it's somewhere in the Midwest.
Yeah, I was going to say Illinois, but
maybe
I would
Louisiana?
pass. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not sure enough. How many points is this one?
4 points. Nicole?
We're going to pass.
We're going to pass. Heather, what was your answer again? It's Alabama, right? Or Melanie, sorry, Melanie. You said Alabama, is that right?
Yeah, but I think it was Mississippi. I think I picked
Close, Louisiana. You're right in the ballpark.
Right.
Right in the ballpark, Louisiana. And lastly, this is clear the buzzer. You don't mind, Rochelle, please? Let's froze on us again. Let's see. There we go. Thank you. All hail for 5. Hoagie Carmichael, Michael Jackson, Cole Porter. Melanie.
Indiana.
Is right. Well recovered for 5 points. All right, 6-4, going to the 4th category. This category is the main organ affected. The main organ affected. I think you'll figure it out. For 1 point. Eczema. Aaron.
The skin.
Is right for 1 point. Main organ affected for 2. Ophthalmitis. Ophthalmitis. Steve.
The eye.
Those would be the eyes. Very good. Main organ affected for 3. Cardiomyopathy. Steve.
Heart.
Heart is correct for 3 points. Well done. The main organ affected for 4. Nephromalacia. Aaron.
The kidney.
Is correct for 4 points. And lastly, Steve.
Wait, I'm sorry, real quick. So are Steve and Aaron both out of this round?
I was just about to say, so Steve and Aaron are out for the next clue.
Is it possible for Rochelle to mute? Because I'm getting like a double.
Oh, sure. Rochelle, would you mind? There we go. Thank you very much. That could be coming from me too. I'm on the Wi-Fi here at 750 without the headphones, unfortunately. So I left them downstairs. But anyway, all right. So both Steve and was it Melanie, right, who are out for this? Just this one clue. Last question of the category. The main organ affected for 5 points. I'll spell this one. I'm sure going to butcher it. Pleurisy. 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 Melanie?
Lungs.
Was that your third buzz in the category?
Oh, Aaron is out.
Oh, Aaron was out. Thank you. Sorry. The host, we have way too much to do. Yes, lungs is the correct answer. Very well done. Should have known from that voice making you strain there.
Hey, Jay.
Yeah.
It's pleurisy, just for
I appreciate all that. I get pleurisy.
Cardiomegaly is how you say the other one.
You could easily make a very long blooper reel of all the things I've mispronounced over the years.
Yeah, I feel like a professional responsibility as a.
I appreciate it. Always be learning, right?
Always be learning.
I like it. Next category, much simpler on Jay's brain. It's game time. Game time for 1 point. Everyone is back in, by the way. Everyone is back in. Everyone can buzz. Its inventor originally called it crisscross words. Melanie?
Scrabble.
He's right for a point. Well done. Game time for 2. Water on the knee is one complaint that requires surgery. In this game, created Melanie.
Operation.
You got it. Those are your 2. Operation. Melanie sits back for the next 3 clues. Tie score. Love it. Game time for 3. Milton Bradley's first game was about vice and virtue. It evolved into this game with teeny station wagons. Aaron?
The Game of Life.
You got it for 3 points. I love that clue. First game was about Vice and Virtue evolved to teeny station wagons. For 4 points, game time. Bump, slide, and switch until someone gets all the way home. Heather? Just make sure you come off mute for me.
Sorry.
All right. Oh, you were.
Yeah, that's the game, right?
That actually happened. Sorry is the correct answer. I did bang my head on the picture behind me, and I really thought that she was apologizing for the mute and not giving a response.
Maybe double bull.
That was a triple fail on my part. Yes, sorry is the correct answer. Candidly, too, because I did not know that one off the top of my head, so I had to look at the answer, so I wasn't expecting certainly to see that word when I clicked on it. All right, last question in the game time category for 5 points. Try to be the first to put 10 pieces of fruit in your basket in the game called Hi-Ho This. Heather.
Hi-Ho Cheerio.
That's right, for 5 points. And that was relatively obscure. 23-17. Great game going on. I love it. We go to the last category of round 1. Category is We Get Letters. We Get Letters. This will make sense as we go through it. We get letters for 1 point. On a treasure map, it marks the spot. Nicole.
X.
Is correct for 1 point. Well done. We get letters for 2. In 2010, Liam Neeson led this team. In 2010, Liam Neeson, Aaron.
The A team.
The A team is correct for 2 points. We get letters for 3. This class designated the first line of SUVs Mercedes made. This class designated the first line of SUVs Mercedes made. 5 questions. 5 seconds. Nicole, doesn't matter. You got an answer for me.
S-Class?
Not the S-Class. Sorry.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay. Trivial operations. You get 10 seconds to try to steal. This class designated the first line of SUVs Mercedes made. Then we will go to Heather for the decision in a moment.
I got nothing.
I have no idea. S would have been my guess.
Yeah, that was my guess
I
too.
would say the M class because it's Mercedes.
Yeah, but is it worth all those points?
I feel like that's really suspicious reasoning.
Right.
I'm personally in favor of passing.
Heather, your call.
I say we're going to pass on this one.
You're going to pass for it. Your rationale, you remarkably backed into that one. It is not called the Mercedes class, but it is the M class. M was the right answer.
Ah.
Not for Mercedes.
Sure.
That was just a lucky guess. That was a lucky rationale to a different letter of the alphabet.
Of course.
But no points. 23-17. We got letters for 4 points. And a buzzer reset, please. Very good. Thank you. Like Jeopardy, this cable network uses an exclamation point in its name. Like Steve.
E.
E is correct for 4 points. Well done. And last question in round 1. We get letters for 5 points. Keenness of vision can be measured by rotating a circle with a break in it, known as the Landault this. Keenness of vision can be measured by rotating a circle with a break in it, known as the Landault this. 5 seconds. Time. Mustering my best Al Trebek. A circle with a break in it is the letter C. The Landault C is the answer. All right. At the end of the Jeopardy round, this is awesome. It is 23 points for Trivial Operation, 21 points for Les Quizerables. Great, great match. 2 great teams. But before we move on to round 2, we now go to what is my absolute favorite part of the match. And that is our brand new innovation for 2018. That is crowdsourced trivia with a K. These are 5 questions that have been submitted by your Kaplan colleagues that range any particular category. There is no category given. It's just going to be 5 questions. Just so folks know, too, in case you're wondering, I don't try to stack these in any particular level of difficulty. The first one won't necessarily be easy. The last one won't necessarily be hard. They are all worth the same 3 points. So there's 15 total points available in this bonus round. And just as would be the same amount that would be in a normal category in the single round of Jeopardy. So 15 points, 5 questions, each worth 3 points, submitted by your colleagues, spanning all different types of categories, all different types of levels of difficulty. Sound good to everybody? But the theme of all of these today is Steve Cross's children's names. No, I'm kidding. That's not the case. Steve, I think I've now paid off that debt I owed you, but now we can move on to the first question, which is really worth 3 points. Of course, I gotta be able to find the thing here. Where are they? These already get marked up. Yeah. So I picked these this morning, except for the fact that they were identified and now they are all gone. I'm sorry, guys. So I'm just going to need 2 seconds to do this in real time. Okay. First question comes to us submitted by Peter Kerr from Peter Kerr. In this saxophone lesson made famous by Sesame Street, celebrities including John Candy, Barbara Walters, and Paul Simon all implore Ernie to put down this. Emily.
Put down the ducky.
Put down the ducky. That's right, for 1 point. Well done. Well done. For 2 points. That was not for 2 points. That was for 3 points, Rochelle. I messed that up. I think you did the math right. In fact, I know you did, but I said it wrong. So you get trivia operations. You got 3 points for that, as you should have. This is the second question, which is also worth 3 points. For 3 points. This modern master may be best known for his paintings of American flags. This modern master may be best known for his paintings of American flags. 5 seconds. Ooh, time's up early. Oh, Erin, you just snuck it in there. I did see it.
I was thinking about it. I'm pretty sure it's Jasper Johns.
Jasper Johns lives about 20 feet from my house, is where Jasper Johns' house is. The roof is an American flag, and that is the correct answer. And that question was submitted, I swear I did not know she was going to be here, by Rochelle Rothstein. So good question, Rochelle. Almost stumped them. Third question, 3 points. This question comes to us from Bill Keevan. Bill Keevan asks, at the Kentucky Derby, these flowers are draped over the winning horse. At the Kentucky Derby, these flowers, Steve?
Roses.
Is correct for 3 points. Well done. Fourth question in the category for 3 points. This question comes to us from Andrew Gross. Andrew Gross. This word, devoid of all vowels, describes when the sun, Earth, and another planet are in a straight line. This word, devoid of all vowels, describes when the sun, Earth, and another planet are in a straight line. 5 seconds. Time's up. No, actually, I love this word. I picked this one. Syzygy. Syzygy. S-Y-Z-Y-G-Y. Syzygy. Great trivia question. And then lastly, sorry, I was just finding the thing here. Lastly, for 3 points, what's this one? In 2014, and hold on 1 second. Sorry, that's not right. I apologize, guys. These just got marked improperly. All right, here we go. I'm sure it was my fault. Luke Salava. Luke Salava asked this final question in the crowdsourced trivia category. This body part undergoes 3 growth phases: anagen, catagen, and telogen, before it ultimately falls off. This body part undergoes 3 growth phases: anagen, catagen, and telogen, before it ultimately falls off. 5 seconds. Melanie.
Is that the tail?
It is not a tail, sorry. Minus 3 points. With leg quiz, we're up, a chance to steal.
Umbilical cord is what I'm thinking, but I don't know if that's right. Is it worth 5 points?
What was that?
The umbilical cord.
Oh, that's interesting. I wonder if it's like the skin coming up and.
I thought it was hair. I thought it was like hair or something.
Oh, that's interesting.
We
So
should
maybe
probably
we should skip it.
Yeah. We should probably pass then.
Hair makes sense.
Like hair. It might be a
I've
quick.
heard it in context of like hair plugs.
All
I
right.
like there's a hair plug on commercial that's like, oh, we replace your body's catagen prospects or whatever.
Nicole, need an answer. What do you think?
You guys want hair then?
I guess.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go hair.
You go hair for 3 points. what ultimately falls off the hair. That's very well done. You
Ooh.
Nice job, guys.
All right, listen.
I knew watching too much TV would pay off.
30 points for Les Quizerables, 23 points for Trivial Operations, only 7 points separating the teams going to round 2, and there are 30 points available per category. So we have plenty of points available. We got a great match as we move on to round 2. And the first category in round 2 is... Yes, the first category of round 2 is riding the rails. Riding the rails for 2 points. With 44 platforms, this New York City terminal is the world's largest railway terminal. Steve?
Grand Central Station?
Is about a block and a half in that direction. Is my single favorite building in New York City. Grand Central Station is correct. Please, if you're in New York, haven't been here before, make it a point to go. It's awesome. Riding the rails for 4. This U.S. city has been called player with railroads and the nation's freight handler. This U.S. city has been called player with railroads and the nation's freight handler. 5 seconds. Awkwardly worded question. Chicago is the answer. Chicago is the answer to that one. Riding the rails for 6. With a route of over 5,700 miles, the world's longest railway line is this Russian one. Steve.
The Trans-Siberian Railroad.
Is correct for 8 points. I'm sorry, very well done. That was the 6-pointer. I'm sorry, Rochelle, you did it right. You did it right. For 8 points, and Steve, you're now out of the category for the rest of them. You wasn't for your 2. At over 15,000 feet high, the highest railway station in South America is in Condor, in this small country. Over 15,000 feet high, the highest railway station in South America is in Condor, in this small country. 5 seconds. Time's up. Looking for Bolivia. Triple stopper on the show, Bolivia. And then lastly, for 10 points in riding the rails. The highest speed recorded on a national rail system was the 357 miles per hour by this country's TGV in 2007. Stephanie.
Oh, France.
I thought someone might get that. Yeah, France is right for 10 points. Well done. 38-33. What a match. Going on to the second category of the second round. And oh gosh. This category is called Prince Songs a la Trebek. Prince Songs a la Trebek. You know your Prince for 2 points. I'll butcher these, but here we go. In this 1983 hit, I was dreaming when I wrote this, so sue me if I go too fast. Did I say 1983? In this 1983 hit, I was dreaming when I wrote this, so sue me if I go too fast. Did I say 1983? Aaron?
Little Red Corvette?
Incorrect. It is not Little Red Cornet. Minus 2 points. Trivial Operations. I'll repeat it for you. And then Heather, 10 seconds. In this 1983 hit, I was dreaming when I wrote this, so sue me if I go too fast. Did I say 1983?
I have no idea, guys.
No, we need David Phillips.
1999 song. Is that what it's called?
Party when like
That's the song, but I don't know.
Is that a
party
Prince
like it's
song?
1999.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, that's a Prince song. Go
Yeah,
for
is
it.
that the title of it though, or is it just like I don't know. Like,
Let's do it. 2 points. Let's do it.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Heather,
Yeah, I'd agree with my teammates.
what was the answer? Sorry.
Party like it's 1999.
Is correct for 2
Nice.
points. Well done.
Yes.
That was actually, that's the lowest value question in a triple stumper on the show, which I think speaks to the quality of the clue as it was written. I think that was a little the notion. I think the 1983 in there was supposed to lead you to the year, but I don't think it worked very well. But well done. For 4 points, Prince Songs a la Trebek. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when, Aaron?
When doves cry.
When doves cry is correct. Well anticipated for 4 points. Prince Songs a la Trebek for 6. That's when I saw her. Ooh, I saw her. Melanie?
Raspberry Beret.
That's right. Well done. She walked in through the outdoor. She wore this, a raspberry beret. Prince Songs for 8. Honey, I know times are changing. It's time we all reach out for something new. Let me guide you to this title. Honey, I know times are changing. It's time we all reach out for something new. Let me guide you to this title. Time. You're going to kick yourselves, as did the three on the show. It's another triple stumper. Purple Rain. That is Purple Rain. And then, thankfully, the last question in the category of Prince songs a la Trebek for 10 points. You don't have to be rich to be my girl. You don't have to be cool to rule my world. Prince just wanted this.
Your extra time and your kiss.
Nicole?
Oh, your extra time and your kiss.
Kiss. Extra time and kiss is correct. Well done for 10 points. But it just be kiss or extra time and. Both of those were acceptable. 50-41. That was the difference in that category. That last clue, we still got a match. 9 points separate the teams with 4 categories to go. Next category is want to race. Want to race for 2 points. These are all clues delivered from the Toyota Grand Prix. The Toyota Grand Prix. So let's say that. 2 points. When braking and downshifting, it's always a good idea to tap this pedal in order to increase your... Steve?
Clutch.
Is incorrect. It is not the clutch. Trivia operations, I'll read the whole question, and then you will have 10 seconds to steal. When braking and downshifting, it's always a good idea to tap this pedal in order to increase your RPMs for a smooth transition.
Gas?
What is the question? Brake or gas? Like what else is there to put?
I don't know, right? Only 3.
Because if you want to increase RPMs, you tap the gas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I would say the gas pedal.
Heather, that's your answer? Gas pedal?
Mm-hmm.
That is correct for 2 points. Gas pedal or accelerator. Well done. You're right. There's only 3. Steve took clutch. Brakes in the clue. well reasoned. Want to race for 4 points. The addition of a 6-point roll cage provides extra safety and also strengthens this, the body of the car. From the Latin, Aaron?
What's the car's frame?
It's not the car's frame. Sorry, minus 4 points. I'll repeat it for trivia operations. The addition of a 6-point roll cage provides extra safety and also strengthens this, the body of the car. From the Latin for box.
Chassis. I'm certain it's chassis.
I believe you.
I'd agree. Chassis.
That one.
Heather, you're going with chassis?
Mm-hmm.
It is chassis. Well done for 4 points. Arguably, a chassis could sort of be the response, but the Latin for box is what gave that to chassis, which is right. Want to race for 6 points. In math, this 4-letter term is the top part of a triangle, but in car racing, it's the innermost. Steve?
The apex.
Is correct. The innermost part of a turn is the apex for 6 points. For 8 points, want to race. The car's got more power due to the addition of this super device that forces air into the combustion chamber for a bigger bang and more horsepower. The car's got more power due to the addition of this super device that forces air into the combustion chamber for a bigger bang and more horsepower. 5 seconds. Aaron?
I'm pretty sure it's a super cooler.
It is not a super cooler. I'm sorry. Trivial operations chance to steal for a big 16-point swing. Car's got more power to the addition of this super device that forces air into the combustion chamber for a bigger bang and more horsepower.
Yeah, chassis was my only car word. I'm telling you.
I don't really know.
That's the line of the day.
Super booster. I have no idea.
Like is super supposed to
Like,
be here?
yeah, if I don't know.
Yeah, like,
Can we hear the clue one more time?
I cannot repeat it.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Never mind.
I feel like 8 points is like good. Maybe we should just leave it.
And time is up. Heather, I do need a response.
Yeah.
You gonna pass?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Supercharger.
I was close with booster. Close.
Yeah.
So Steve, he knows I can't hit the button. He was, I can see him a little anxious there to pounce. One more you're laying out for Steve, the 10-point clue. Reset the buzzer, please, Michelle. Thank you. And for 10 points. This is going to sound weird. There's a little bit of a dialogue in the clue, but it'll make sense. So prior to the actual clue, the following was heard. Okay, you want to make sure that this strap is low and tight. Good. Alex says, I'm getting advice on the proper installation of my seatbelts from the junior member of this family, the family with the most Indy 500 wins. Getting advice on the proper installation of my seatbelts from the junior member of this family, the family with the most Indy 500 wins. 5 seconds. Stephanie?
Is it supposed to be Earnhardt? Is that a junior hint there?
That's a great guess, but it is incorrect, unfortunately.
Oh, sorry, guys.
It was a good guess and a good pickup on the clue, but not right. So, late Quizerables, you can steal. Steve, you can be involved in the, if you know. But Nicole, I'll come to you in 10 seconds. I'm getting advice on the proper installation of my seatbelts from the junior member of this family, the family with the most Indy 500 wins.
So, Steve, do you know it?
I'm not certain, and it's worth 10 points. I think it's Mario Andretti, but
that's what I was thinking too, but it could just
be. Is it worth 10 points?
I don't know. What do you guys think?
I'm not 100%.
I don't know if I want to risk 10 points on it. It's already such a thin margin. We've only got 2 more questions.
Okay, we're going to pass.
Okay.
Going to pass. The answer was the Unsers. The Unser. I don't even know that name, so good to pass. All right, we've got 3 categories left, so 15 clues. Only 5 points separating the teams, 42-37. This is great. Next category is You've Got She-Mail. You've Got She-Mail. For 2 points. She replied to a gushing fan letter of 1845, I thank you, dear Mr. Browning, from the bottom of my heart. Melanie.
Elizabeth Barrett.
Is correct. Well done for 2 points. You've got She-Mail for 4. In 1848, she wrote to Belgium's King Leopold, great events make me quiet and calm. It is only trifles that irritate my nerves. In 1848, she wrote to Belgium's King Leopold, great events make me quiet and calm. It is only trifles that irritate my nerves. Aaron.
Queen Victoria?
He's right. Well done for 4 points. Got She-Mail for 6. This poet wrote to a friend, we are by September, and yet my flowers are as bold as June. Amherst has gone to Eden. This poet wrote to a friend, we are by September, and yet my flowers are as bold as June. Amherst has gone to Eden. Stephanie?
Emily Dickens?
Well done. None correct. I'm sorry. It is not Emily Dickens.
What?
I had that wrong. I apologize. Late quiz, a chance to steal. This poet wrote to a friend, we are by September, and yet my flowers are as bold as June. Amherst had gone to Eden. I thought so too.
It's Emily Dickinson.
Emily Dickinson.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes. That's right.
Okay. I'm sorry, Stephanie. Emily Dickinson.
Emily Dickinson. I'm sorry. It is Emily Dickinson. That is right. That is a Jeopardy rule. I got to follow those.
Yeah, you were right, but did I take off? Did I do that right?
I think you did.
I took it off twice. Okay. Yep, that's right.
Lastly, you've got She-Mail for 8 points. In 1776, she asked hubby John to remember the ladies and be more favorable to them than your Melanie.
Abigail Adams.
Well done. It is Abigail Adams for 8 points. Then lastly, you've got She-Mail for 10. She wrote, some folks might have buzzed in twice, just I didn't check that, so just you are, be honest. And then lastly, you've got She-Mail for 10. She wrote in 1822 of her husband's drowning, Adonis is not Keats, it is his own elegy. Adonis. She wrote in 1822 of her own husband's drowning, Adonis is not Keats's, it is his own Aaron.
Shelley, right?
Yeah, right. A triple stumper on the show. It is Mary Shelley for 10 points. 62-41. Trivial Operations, do not lose hope. There are 60 points available. This has been a close race this whole match. You have plenty of time to come back. The next category is, or the penultimate category, if you will, from the halls of Manitoba. From the halls of Manitoba for 2 points. Manitoba is the smallest and easternmost of the Canadian provinces known by... I'll start again. Manitoba is the smallest and easternmost of the Canadian provinces known by this grassy 7-letter word. Nicole. Come off mute, sorry.
Sorry, the Plains?
It is not the Plains, incorrect.
Sorry, guys.
I'll repeat it for Trivial Operations. Manitoba is the smallest and easternmost of the Canadian provinces known by this grassy 7-letter word.
It'd be prairies.
I think it's prairie.
Needs to be plural though, or it's not 7 letters, right? Prairies. No, prairie, yeah. I can't count.
Yeah, prairie.
Heather?
Prairie.
That was important. I would have had to not accept prairies. Prairie is right for 2 points. Well done. From the halls of Manitoba for 4. With one of the largest denning areas for them nearby, Churchill is the world capital of these Arctic carnivores. Erin?
Arctic fox.
Arctic fox is incorrect. I'm sorry. Trivia Operations, another chance to steal. With one of the largest denning areas for them nearby, Churchill is the world capital of these Arctic carnivores.
It'd be like wolves. Anybody?
Polar bears? Is it polar bears?
So are these all like Canada questions?
Yeah, I think so. They're all Manitoba.
Like, but they're not Arctic beavers. There's not like cold beavers. I don't know.
That would make a great band name. Cold Beavers.
All right, Heather, what are you doing? You gotta go for it or no?
I think we're gonna pass.
The answer was polar bears, believe it or not. Polar bears. Okay. 5-2. Halls of Manitoba for 6. This city is home to the Blue Bombers of the Canadian Football League. This city is home to the Blue Bombers of the Canadian Football League. 5 seconds. Erin?
Winnipeg.
Is right.
Right. Yeah, okay.
Is right. Erin, was that your second in the category?
Yes. Yes, it was.
Yep, just noting. Halls of Manitoba for 8. Representing Manitoba's bond with England, this Saint's Cross is on the provincial flag. Representing Manitoba's bond with England, this Saint's Cross is on the provincial flag. 5 seconds. Time. Looking for St. George's Cross. Last question in the category from the halls of Manitoba for 10. Here we go. Manitoba's motto is Gloriosus et Liber in English. This 3-word phrase also found in the national anthem. Manitoba's motto is Gloriosus et Liber in English. This 3-word phrase also found in the national anthem. Time. Glorious and free. Sorry, Stephanie, just missed the buzzer there. It was glorious and free. For the record, I could not have accepted glory or freedom or liberty. It was glorious and free. All right, we go into the last category. It is the what do we have? We've got 19 points separating the teams, 30 points available in the category. This is one of those deductive reasoning type categories, which I love to finish the game on, because so points are available for any team. We just had from the halls of Manitoba, and the last category is the shores of Triple E. Each correct response will have 3 E's in it. The shores of Triple E. Each correct response will have 3 E's in it. The shores of Triple E for 2 points. In 1953, it's where Hillary was head and shoulders above the rest. In 1953, it's where Hillary was head, Erin?
Everest.
Well reasoned. Everest is correct. Shores of Triple E for 4 points. Spinal Tap's guitar amps went up to this level of loudness. Erin?
11.
Is right. Those are your 2 for the category. The shores of Triple E for 6. Still 24 points available. They run alphabetically from actinium to zirconium. They run, Nicole?
Elements.
Is correct for 6 points. For 8 points. Unguard. It's a weapon used in fencing. Nicole?
Epee.
Epee is right for 8 points. And the last category, the last question in the category and the match, the shores of Triple E for 10. Adjective for a journalist who accompanies soldiers in battle. Adjective for a journalist, Stephanie?
Embedded.
Well finished. Embedded is correct for 10 points. The final score, 82-53 in favor of Lake Quizerables. Lake Quizerables in terms of criminal operations, a great showing. That was a great match. All came down to the final category, and you had a lot of fun in the tournament, right?
Yay.
That's good. I'm glad. Thanks for hanging out, guys. This was a lot of fun.
That was well done, guys.
By the way, we still do need a few more crowdsourced questions. So if you have some more ideas for trivia, feel free to submit them. Of course, if you do, and for Lake Quizerables, at least as Steve knows, we won't pick his material for the games that we play. But feel free to submit more questions.
Can we win more babka?
No, but we would love for you to submit again anyway, Steve. The way the babka works is you don't have to have your items picked to, what we do is everybody who submits gets a line on a spreadsheet, and then however many lines there are, I do a random number generator. It picked 117. That was one of Steve's questions. But now, Steve, you can't win more than one because people are just going to be like, really? Really, Steve, really?
I love popcorn.
If you're nice.
Well, actually, I mean, we're sending you two, though. We send you one of each flavor.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, nice.
I was going to say, you might be able to at least swindle your way into either a chocolate or cinnamon at your choice. But the fact that the Kabbalah is being so gracious, I didn't know.
We're sending two. Yeah.
Wow.
Writing items is, by the way, it's not that hard. It's to write items on what you know.